The News Detroit reporter Randy Wimbley sitting down with the bar's owners for an emotional conversation.
I saw some commotion, so I was actually going that way. And then when the shots rang out, I believe it was 4 of them, I immediately jumped back.
A surveillance camera captures the moment shots were fired outside Bloom Southfield, killing 33-year-old Alexandra Fields and injuring her close friend. 7 News Detroit learned a contracted security guard fired those shots. Bloom owner Kenny Valentino says that was only after one of the women is said to have retrieved a gun.
Security kind of ordered her to drop her weapons multiple times. I'm told she turned from one security guard to another. He told her at least 3 or 4 times to lower her weapon, and ultimately, she did not do that.
Bloom owners Valentino and Kyle Kirkland say it all began with what appeared to be a domestic dispute after the lounge closed, prompting security to keep an eye on those involved. I'm told Fields was there with her friend, her sister, and her sister's significant other. Bloom owners say the security guard in question was released from police custody Monday. No charges have been filed. Southfield police declined to provide an update on the case Wednesday, only saying they're close to wrapping up their investigation. Kirkland and Valentino called the shooting tragic.
The fact that somebody came here and didn't make it back home, another person came here and ended up in the hospital, that's heartbreaking for us.
The family of Alexandra Fields released a statement saying in part that Alex was part of the 2012 MAC Championship women's basketball team at Eastern Michigan University. She was kind, thoughtful, and loved by our family and friends. Alex cared deeply for those less fortunate and worked tirelessly on social justice causes.
I would honestly just try to pray for them. Let them know that our thoughts and minds are with them.
Although Bloom is still operating, Valentino and Kirkland say business has taken a hit since the shooting, and they're currently operating at a loss.
We employ over 61 people here. That's 61 families who are taken care of by the revenue generated here. We want to be a part of the fabric of the community for a long time to come.
The lounge owners tell me they're reviewing additional security measures for this parking lot and working to ensure that nothing like this ever happens again. In Southfield, I'm Randy Wimbley.
Okay, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah. Koholoyim La Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai Ba'ashim Rechachakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to state the water to the Akim and Akhwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan Nawaf. Just coming at you with another quick lesson. Praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And this is Isaiah 32:9. It says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins." And that's just going off into you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in general have to repent to the Father Yahweh in the name of his son Yahushua, because judgment is going forth. And especially, I'm just zeroing in on the women right now because, they have this ability to get abroad. They're able to go out and do what they want to do. That now they're able to just go and fucking get a pistol, go to a damn gun shop, go to a range and shoot and do all these things that men would normally do because they've been given that ability to get abroad. And she probably had, maybe a couple of drinks too many. But why are you arguing with security to the point where you got to pull out a gun? Why not you in the parking lot? Why not just get into your vehicle and go ahead and drive home? And one of her homegirls got shot too. So the other, I'm not sure exactly what, she wasn't killed. I'm not sure her condition right now, but, just 2 women out, able to get abroad. If you notice, they said she was on the 2012 basketball team. You know what I'm saying? All this bullshit, so that manly, just got that manly, strong mind about them. You know what I'm saying? Heady and high-minded. Matter of fact, the scripture talks about that in the end days. Perilous times shall come. Let's get that. 2 Timothy chapter 3. Let me get verse 1. It says, "This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own selves." And that's women as well, especially women, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded. See? That's the point that I wanted to get right there. But pretty much the whole list, it fits, pretty much overall everybody that's out here that's walking the planet, man. Especially if they're not calling on the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. And it's just, if this is the state that we're in right now. It says, in the last days, perilous times shall come. So people are acting like this to the T, so we know that we're in the last days. Because it says traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. In the NLT it says, verse 4, they will betray their friends, be reckless, be puffed up with pride. See? And love pleasures rather than God. Should have just got into her vehicle, her and her girl. How both of them get shot? You know what I'm saying? And the guy telling her to, hey, put the gun down. See, these security guards, they're licensed to do what they do. And it's no different than a police officer. If they're feeling like their lives are in jeopardy, they're going to pull that gun. They're going to shoot that gun, man. It is what it is. But you thinking like, how are you a woman? Matter of fact, when you look at the video, let me see here. Because she appeared to be, in a pink dress, looking feminine. Let me see here. Because when you look at the first part of the video, let me see. Salakia. Hate this damn thing.
7 News Detroit.
Man, start the fucking video back from here. I'm trying to back it up. Salakia.
Films video just into our newsroom.
See?
Yeah, police say
So here she go right here in this little pink little get up.
one woman was killed and another.
It's that attitude. It's that mindset. This little pretty motherfucker.
Injured.
She out here. This little pretty motherfucker out here pulling a gun out of her damn car like some nigga. And she got judged, man. And then also you can see them, them guys sitting there. They like, hey, because, it takes a lot to open up a spot like that, man, in that particular area. This guy said he employs 61 people. You know what I'm saying? They seem to have their heads on their shoulder. Just trying to do business. It's some Jake that put their heads together, man, and and be having nice little spots. Nice locations, man. You know what I'm saying? But then you'll have motherfuckers like this right here that'll come through and just blow up the spot, man. So it's like, and that's all a part of the curses as well. Let's go into Deuteronomy chapter 28. Because see, you Jake, when we say Jake, we mean you Israelites. You come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob's name was changed to Israel or Yasharallah in the Hebrew tongue. So, just because, you know what I'm saying, you come up, you get a little restaurant, or you get a bar, you got properties, you got, you're driving the Benz, you're driving the newest BMW, whatever. That shit don't make no difference because you're still under the curses of Deuteronomy 28. Don't get me wrong, like I said, some of our people, they come up somewhat, you know what I'm saying, in this society, as far as financial wise, but they never break these curses. They're never going to be from underneath these curses until the Lord comes and get us from underneath these curses, man. Right? So let me start at verse 15 here. Consequences of disobedience. But it shall, Deuteronomy 28:15, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. See? And that could have been an Edomite cop. An Edomite security guard. They probably hired a damn Edomite. A fucking Edomite probably gunned her ass down. But they never did show the security guard. But guess what? He didn't get charged. They let his ass go. So obviously these women were in the fault. Right? Let me read it in the NLT. I'm going to read some of this in the NLT. Your towns, verse 16, your towns and your fields will be cursed. Your fruit baskets and breadboards will be cursed. Your children and your crops will be cursed. The offspring of your herds and flocks will be cursed. Wherever you go and whatever you do, you will be cursed. Can't get around it. Verse 20, the Lord himself will send on curses, confusion, and frustration in everything you do, until at last you are completely destroyed for doing evil and abandoning me. And that's the reason why we're in the situation that we're in right now. The Lord will afflict you with diseases until none of you are left in the land you are about to enter and occupy. The Lord will strike you with wasting diseases, fever and inflammation, with scorching heat and drought, and with blight and mildew. These disasters will pursue you until you die. The skies above will be as unyielding as bronze, and the earth beneath will be as hard as iron. See? The Lord will change the rain that falls on your land into powder, and dust will pour down from the skies until you are destroyed. The Lord will cause you to be defeated before your enemies. You will attack your enemies from one direction, but you will scatter from them in 7. You will be an object of horror to all the kingdoms of the earth. And that's the way the planet sees us. That's the way that these other nations sees us, man. I was just kicking it with an old Jake just a few minutes ago and stuff at the plantation. And some foreigner, I don't know where the fuck he even from, you know what I'm saying? But he was talking about how, the motherfucker be trying to talk to him. You had to cut into him a couple of times, you know what I'm saying? And he's an older gentleman, so he knows the play, Matter of fact, he was telling me stories of back in the days, because he's like, I think and it's crazy, Jake's still working in his 70s. That's a part of the curses, because he's in his 70s. And he was telling me back when he was going to school here in Michigan, these crackers, when they would, go to the gym, they would make the boys swim in the swimming pools butt naked. He said they ball and dick swinging in the pool. And I was like, well, damn, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's some Edomite shit. These are Edomites. Them Edomites was running everything back then. And they would literally have, you go in the gym, you got 30, 40 dudes in your class, all of them in the damn pool with their dicks and asses out. Some Edomite shit. I said, well, damn, you know what I'm saying? And this was when he was going to school, maybe 2 generations back. So that's a part of those curses. But he was telling me about, you know what I'm saying, this guy, I don't know. Because I asked him, I said, well, where is he from? I think he was saying that he was Algerian or some crazy shit. But, just the way that he speaks to him as if he's not, he's just mentioned like they don't think niggas is shit. And I was literally just having that conversation with him and stuff, man. But, hey, these curses is on our ass. Verse 26, it says, your corpses will be food for all the scavenging birds and wild animals, and no one will be there to chase them away. The Lord will afflict you with the boils of Egypt and with the tumors, scurvy, and the itch from which you cannot be cured. The Lord will strike you with madness, blindness, and panic. You will grope around in broad daylight like a blind person groping in the darkness, but you will not find your way. You will be oppressed and robbed continually, and no one will come to save you. See? You will be engaged to a woman, but another man shall sleep with her. That's all Esau. That's slavery. You will build a house, but someone else will live in it. You will plant a vineyard, but you will never enjoy its fruits. Man, these curses is cold on us. But, I just wanted to touch on a few of them, with these guys, you know what I'm saying, pretty successful spot. But at the same time, too, disaster is going to always strike, man, because the Lord got us under these curses, man. The scripture talks about, it's the scripture that talks about holes in the pockets. Let me see. I can't think how it was worded exactly. Is it worded a hole? Let me see. It might be worded a bag with holes in it, some to that extent. Well, either way, you know what I'm saying? It's going off into it. I think, yep, this is it right here, I think. Haggai 1:6. You have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. See? So everything that these guys is doing, it can be successful for a hot sec, but you better believe, man, eventually the curse is going to come upon you to knock that shit off. Get your ass back started from beginning again. You know what I'm saying? That's, you see some Jake, they just be like, well, damn, every time I get up and get going, seem like everything is all right. And some shit comes along. And that's Jake, man. Hey, man, that's our people, man, in a nutshell. But, just wanted to just touch on this because Eve, she got that ability to get abroad in this kingdom, and it's really just detrimental to her. Prideful as hell. See, that pride comes before destruction. That haughty spirit before a fall. Our women are very prideful. You know how prideful a bitch got to be, man, with a gun? They already prideful. Yeah, but she got a gun. You see some of these, hey, look, because Michigan is one of these spots where women, they locked and loaded. But the thing of it is it brings on that extra sense of pride. I've seen women like that. You know, got that little pink gun. They got their little pink 9mm. They got their little, you know what I'm saying? They little, you know, they go to the range and they really be feeling like it. As a matter of fact, it's one chick. She got a YouTube channel. Always, you know what I'm saying, shooting guns with her fat ass out. She thick as fuck. But mainly, you know what I'm saying, she be shooting a gun. And then there's this other one I be seeing. I ain't seen in a while, but used to be this one white woman. She be popping up. You know, they be showing these shorts and she'll be on the ground shooting some big ass 50 cal. And as soon as she pull the trigger, it's like the recoil off of it just make her ass bounce. So it's like they know what they doing, you know what I'm saying? But they in these videos, you know what I'm saying? You know, they out here acting as if they just can maintain when things really hit the fans. No, they maintain it. This is just, see, it's all a show right now for them. You know, they just influencers, you know, got a nice little shape, nice little body, got a nice little look. They can throw on one of those, them leggings, throw on some tight ass clothes and act as if they just, you know what I'm saying, they just a hunter or they just out. You see them, man, they did these videos with these bitches be out setting fires. They all out in the woods by themselves. You know, they at the river and shit, you know what I'm saying, trying to show you survival techniques and all this other shit while they looking all cute and pretty. But when shit really hits the fans, all that shit gonna be out the window. Because it's gonna be real life then. Because see, you don't have no opposition right now. You don't have nobody opposing you. You don't have no competition or nobody running down on your ass. When they running down on your ass, that's gonna be a different type of, you don't have no fear. You just in a video just looking cute, shooting guns. Okay, but this is Ecclesiasticus 25 and 25. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. And that's pretty much overall what's going on here. All these women are wicked as hell, but they have the ability to gad abroad. Here you go, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck how much you think a woman might be into you. Hey, the apostles got a saying. Hey, she don't belong to you. It's just your turn. Because they have the ability to move about in the earth. It's not like they just at home. When a woman is out and looking, that's how they, you know, that's why shopping is normally geared towards women. Women, you know, they eyeball shit. You know, they see shit. Their perception on beauty or what they see, they want. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's why they'll have so many shoes and so many dresses and clothes. You know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just a bunch of shit that they'll never wear. It's just constantly shopping. They the same way with people. They the same way with food or whatever, music, whatever it is that they see and they like, they want that shit. So it's not gonna make no difference as to if your ass is 6'5", you know, 6-pack, muscular, millions in the bank, and she come across somebody else, you know what I'm saying, you know, that she feeling, she'll fuck with him. She ain't got no problem, and she'll do, you know, she may not want to lose you if you got the money and he don't, but she'll actually leave your ass for a straight bum if she feeling his somewhat, you know, his swag or whatever you want to call it. That's why, you know, that the scripture talks about how the father, he got to stay up. What's that? I think it might be in chapter 26 here, where the father basically, he got to stay up and watch her ass. You know, watch his daughters and shit like that, because, and actually it says, I think that's in 26. Let me see something real quick. I mean, it's old. Both of these chapters, man. Matter of fact, let me start at verse 8 here. A drunken woman and a gatherer abroad. Ecclesiasticus 26 and 8. A drunken woman and a gatherer abroad causeth great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. What do they have? These butterfly flappers on their fucking eyes. You can see it, man. And I've been saying it. Them damn eyelashes and them extensions and all that shit is a different spirit. It makes them act different. You can see it right off the jump. Soon as they get that shit on, they look in the mirror, they change into a goddamn demon. It's a spirit that lands on their asses, man, when that happens. Verse 10, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. And that's what happened with this particular chick. Basically, she's out. She had that ability to gad abroad. She had overmuch liberty, that freedom to just be out and about. Here you go, January 1st, your ass get gunned down. With your gun in your hand. You don't think when the police got there, the bitch wasn't laying there on the ground with the gun in her hand? All they had to do was look back at the surveillance cameras and the witnesses is there to tell the story. Come on, bro. It says, she will open her mouth. Let me see. Oh, this verse 11, Salakia. Watch over an impudent eye and marvel not if she trespass against thee. You can't even trip. What are you tripping over? You should be, well, fuck it. It just happened at this point. Because it's going to happen, basically. In a sense, that's the way that it's rocking. That's pretty much what this is saying. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he hath found a fountain and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. What do you think that's talking about? She going to open them legs up, man. She going to open up them legs to anything that anything moving that she like. You got some that's a little more stuck up these days, you know what I'm saying? But still at the same time, they still, whores. Because they just looking for the one that they feel like, they ain't trying to somewhat give up what they call an ugly guy a chance. But they will if the circumstances is right. Okay? Yeah, that was the point, though. Yeah, keep her ass in straightly, man. But, yeah, hey, Eve, she got her ass gunned down. I think that was New Year's Day, though. Because the video. But look at her. They got her. Because I seen this at first, and I'm thinking, like, another one. And then I ended up watching the story from the news, and I'm like, okay, well, all right. So that's what happened. She out here pulling damn guns out of her. Like, just jump on in the car and just go the fuck on home. But, like I said again, she probably had a few drinks. Her and her girl was probably out geeked. No man. No, you probably had kids. If, done left the house to go out and party. Oh, yeah, it's New Year's, girl. Let's go. Yeah. Now your ass is, a funeral was set for your ass. Anyway.
83-year-old Alex Fields, seen here, died. Her family heartbroken and still desperate for answers.
Investigators working to determine who fired those shots and what led to the violence.
7 News Detroit reporter Randy Wimbley sitting down with the bar's owners for an emotional conversation.
I saw some commotion, so I was actually going that way. And then when the shots rang out, I believe it was 4 of them, I immediately jumped back.
A surveillance camera captures the moment shots were fired outside Bloom Southfield, killing 33-year-old Alexandra Fields and injuring her close friend. 7 News Detroit learned a contracted security guard fired those shots. Bloom owner Kenny Valentino says that was only after one of the women is said to have retrieved the gun.
Security kind of ordered her to.
Anyway, you see what it is, man. I guess if anything else will come out on it, because, people they like to sue these days, your irresponsible ass daughter. They probably, these people will probably sue these guys, sue the restaurant, whatever, sue the city, and all kinds of shit, you know what I'm saying? Because your daughter should have had her ass at home, man. All that, just that ability to get abroad, man. That ability to get abroad. Just think about most of the women that be getting snatched up, trafficked, and all this other shit, everything that goes on with it. If they asses was just at home doing this. Hey, I remember back in the days, man, you ain't hear about women getting, you would hear about little shit here and there, but it was a super surprise. Like, oh shit, it was like really like something that, people really was like, oh shit, you talked about like, oh man, that's because it would be so rare. Now this shit happening to the point where it's just like, oh, okay, next. What else is going on? Oh, straight? Oh, okay, all right. People don't even give a fuck no more because it's so random now. And this is Esau's kingdom, man. So, you just got to be circumspect out here and really just watch your ass, man. But overall, prayer, man. Pray without ceasing. Pray to the Lord. I'm not the bar type. I don't give a fuck about going out. Anything I'm going to do, I'm trying to do that shit at my house, man, these days anyway. I don't give a fuck. I ain't even trying to be out in public like that. I don't see no use in it. I really don't. Don't see no use in it at all, because ain't nothing out here but some bullshit. Same old shit. Stupid ass music. Same motherfuckers doing the same old dumb shit. Slovakia. But I'm gonna end out here. I'm just make a quick move here. But anyway, with that, hey, pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yashala and the Bible Ball.